Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, SquareWave 2. I'm proud to say I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. I'm a firm believer in the actual purpose of the Second Amendment. It was not to ensure that all citizens could have a gun. It was for the security of a free state, the new fledgling nation. It was thought in the 1700s that a well-regulated militia was necessary to accomplish this. But today, militias, along with the Second Amendment, are totally impractical and obsolete historical relics. And this is because the private citizen is no longer responsible for defending the free state, his country. We have the armed services to do this for us. Any individual stockpiling arms and ammunition in case of foreign invasion or for use against his own government is delusional. Any arms a private citizen can collect, including the assault rifle, would be totally useless against any army, foreign or domestic. The purpose of the Second Amendment is clearly stated within the amendment itself, for the security of a free state. Why this is completely ignored by gun nuts, by the NRA, and even by our own government is quite a mystery. It's a matter of cherry picking. People accept and believe in what they want to, and they reject anything they do not want to believe in. You know, it's very possible we might consider the Second Amendment to be a curse on modern America. Other nations, not so handicapped, do not experience all the mass shootings that we have had in this country. Shortly after the Parkland shootings, the Parkland school shootings in Florida, CNN sponsored a very interesting town hall meeting for questions and answers. It was attended by students from the Parkland School, by their parents, by many other teachers, and by 3 politicians, one of which was Senator Rubio from Florida. One of the students had the nerve, the unmitigated nerve and the gall, to ask Senator Rubio if he would continue to accept money from the NRA. The nerve of that kid. Well, Rubio was well prepared. He pulled the old politician's trick we've all heard 1,000 times of completely ignoring the question and proceeding to make a speech. Well, the student was not deterred. The student repeated the question twice more. And finally, Rubio realized he was unable to worm out of it. He was going to have to answer. Rubio said, "Yes, I will continue to accept money from the NRA." Rubio tried to make it sound like NRA was supporting some of his core values. How ridiculous is that? Now, once in a while in the professional life of a politician, he or she has to step up to the plate, show some moral courage, and do what's right. Do what's right for the majority. And this is in spite of whatever their constituents may think about it. The majority of Americans want stricter gun control. There's no doubt about that. Any politician ignoring this, ignoring the majority, and continuing to accept money from the NRA, wanting to get their A rating, their A grade, these politicians are completely self-serving, looking out for themselves only, wanting to preserve their own careers and maintain their office, stay employed as long as possible. This is what they're after. And they're completely unfit to be public servants. But such politicians as Rubio and his buddies who think the same way are eventually going to be dust in the wind, and not that far along, because pretty soon today's middle school students and today's high school students will reach voting age, and politicians like Rubio will be dust in the wind. They'll be gone and forgotten. And this is a very good thing for all of us. The NRA uses scare tactics and propaganda which frankly should only be believed by children. The notion that banning the assault rifle is merely a slippery slope along the path to repealing the Second Amendment and collecting all our firearms is complete nonsense. People who fall for this nonsense should be made aware of what it actually takes to change our Constitution. It almost takes an act of God. The last change was made in 1992, 26 years ago. This does not happen very often. First of all, to make the proposal, it takes a majority, 2/3 vote from the House of Representatives, 2/3 majority in the Senate, or else a 2/3 majority of all the states. This is a lot of majority. So don't worry, folks. Although the Second Amendment is obsolete, antiquated, and has absolutely no meaning or application in modern American life, have no fear, your Second Amendment is safe. Earlier today, while working on this video, I learned of another mass shooting with fatalities. This one happened in Tennessee at a restaurant called the Waffle House. And can anybody guess what the weapon of choice was? Anyone? Well, surprise, surprise, it was the assault rifle. Another assault rifle shooting. Now, proponents of guns like to say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And of course it's true that some deranged individuals will continue to kill people. But why make it so goddamn easy for them? Why provide them with a weapon of mass destruction? If they had no access to assault rifles, there would be far fewer fatalities, fewer injuries, and fewer families in bereavement. This is just plain, simple, undeniable common sense. What is this thing called the NRA? Well, it began innocently enough in 1700s with a group of Union soldiers who were concerned about improving rifle marksmanship. There was nothing wrong with that. But today it is a completely debased, completely for-profit business enterprise pretending to preserve civil rights. And this is absolutely laughable. Here's a good example of what I mean. The NRA has decided to sue the state of Florida for raising the age limit to buy an assault rifle from 18 to 21 years old. Now, what in the world does this lawsuit have to do with preserving civil liberties? What does the 18-year-old age limit to buy an assault rifle have to do with the original intent of the Founding Fathers, which was to protect a free state? There's absolutely no connection. But what it does, the 18-year-old limit, what that does is create more gun sales, providing more kickback from gun manufacturers to the NRA. Now, I propose a new title for the NRA, and I hope it catches on. NRA, Not Right for America. What in the world is so enticing, captivating, and desirable about the assault rifle? It's not appropriate for hunting, for target practice. It's certainly not appropriate for self-defense or home defense. It's designed to be a military killing machine. Now, I know that men especially like mechanical toys. I have a few mechanical toys myself. A drill press, a table saw, a wood-turning lathe. But my mechanical toys cannot be used as weapons. When was the last time you heard of murder by drill press or a mass drilling? It just doesn't happen very often. And there are a lot of man toys besides the assault rifle that are more appropriate. There are muscle cars, motorcycles, dirt bikes, off-road vehicles, radio-controlled airplanes, radio-controlled boats, and many shop tools, all kinds of man toys. Disregarding the bogus slippery slope argument, and it is totally bogus, what do we give up by banning assault rifles? Who do we hurt? What civil rights are we stomping on? What civil rights are we shortchanging? Yes, some gun nuts would be deprived of an inappropriate and lethal toy. My heart just bleeds for these people. If I had my violin down here in the shop, I would pull it out and play you a chorus of Hearts and Flowers. Yes, I do play the violin. I know that the attitude of the most ardent gun enthusiast would instantly change once a member of his own family were slaughtered by an assault rifle. Too bad it would take such drastic measures for common sense to prevail. Let's stick to weapons designed for target practice, hunting, self-defense, and leave the assault rifle on the battlefield along with hand grenades, mortars, and machine guns. Finally, you may ask, what in the world do assault rifles have to do with vacuum tubes? Well, I'll tell you, the vacuum tube and the assault rifle are two of my favorite subjects. That's all I have for now, folks. I thank you for watching. Mr. Dillon and I thank you for watching. We welcome your comments for and against, and we'll see you again next time.